If your viewers are uncertain about what's happening, they're not alone.
The government promises in 3 weeks, money will start to flow into American hands as COVID-19 continues to cripple our economy.
So I was gonna make a video about a month's worth of minimum wage payments and a check that we were gonna get in a couple weeks for doing our taxes. But then I thought about it. What does everyone need that money for? Bills? I mean, if you need money from your bills, why wouldn't you go into your savings? Hey you guys, we're back with Money News Management. Today I want to talk to you about saving for emergencies. You guys know I like to keep these videos short, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss any of the amazing things that we talk about here on this channel. Make sure you give the video a like so that YouTube will share it with other people. So I was gonna make a video about a month's worth of minimum wage payments and a check that we were gonna get in a couple weeks for doing our taxes. But then I thought about it. What does everyone need that money for? Bills? I mean, if you need money from your bills, why wouldn't you go into your savings? So when I first started this channel, I read this statistic that said about 70% or 2/3 of all Americans didn't have $1,000 in their savings account. And about 1/3 of Americans didn't have savings at all. And of last Friday, that shouldn't be a statistic anymore because the government just signed a $2 trillion stimulus bill that's about 900 pages. And some of those pages talk about a $1,200 check that should go out to every American. Now, I'm not going to go deep into detail about these checks because most people already know the concept. But in case you don't, here's a quick overview. Boom. Okay, you got a virus outbreak that happens that causes people not to be able to be around other people. Meanwhile, this is happening in other countries while Americans are busy having fun because our government said, hey, it's nothing, don't worry about it, have fun. Then randomly, the government decides to tell us that we can't go outside anymore. But then a lot of people started asking the question, but what if we work outside? The job that we do actually can't be done from inside our homes. Well, no fear, the government decided that we're going to give every American $1,200, so that should solve all their problems. And the way that they decide if you get this money is if you do your taxes. So now we just wait. And of course I was paraphrasing there because there's actually been a lot going on that really wouldn't be able to fit into such a short session. So now that you're caught up on everything that's going on, now we're gonna address the question that arose from every American getting $1,200, which was if 70% of Americans don't even have $1,000 in their savings, then how is a $1,200 check going to solve all their problems? Because most people's monthly expense exceeds $1,200. I'm incredibly cheap and my monthly expenses exceed $1,200. So that conversation in my head lasted for a very long time, just asking questions like how, why, what if? And then I thought, if I'm wondering this, what if other people are as well? So today we're going to talk about the importance of having an emergency fund or a nest egg. Because consider the fact that even if there wasn't a global pandemic going on, what happens if the head of your household loses the ability to earn income? And that could be for any reason. Maybe they got fired and they can't find a job. How long would you guys be able to survive? And this mostly applies to people who live in a house with someone else. Because what happens if the person paying the bills can't pay the bills? And all of this came about because actually I'm taking care of my little sister who has an autoimmune deficiency. And if you've been tracking anything about this virus, that means she's one of the people that has a higher fatality rate if she comes in contact with this virus. So the question that would come to me is, if I can't pay my rent, where is she supposed to go? Because with the entire world pretty much shut down and social distancing being a thing, where would she be safe? And assuming that someone else has someone that they care about, then that should be a question that everyone asks themselves in this situation. If you're taking care of someone that you love and something happens to you, what are they supposed to do without you? Then how long will they be able to survive until they could figure things out? A day? A couple weeks? A month? What happens after that? Because once again, if 70% of Americans don't have $1,000 in savings and most people haven't been working for these last 2 weeks, the first of the month is coming up and bills are going to be due. What are people going to do for the entire month of April when $1,200 doesn't really answer their prayers? And that's why doing things like saving and budgeting are important during times like these, because those two things will allow you to create a nest egg for emergencies to help you stay on your feet when times get rough. And if you don't know what a nest egg is, it's about 6 months to a year's worth of money that you can set aside and never touch. And in case of an emergency, you would be fine for up to 6 months to a year. There are all kinds of ways to create nest eggs, from 401ks to 403bs to traditional and Roth IRAs. You remembering to press the like button on this video so YouTube shows it to other people, and even high interest savings account. You have so many institutions like Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Allied Bank, and so many other institutions that are FDIC insured that can allow you to start your nest egg today. Which is crazy because if you had one of those accounts like a traditional Roth IRA, the government is actually allowing you to take money out of it right now without any penalties, and you don't have to pay taxes on it. Now, make sure you talk to these institutions so that you get an understanding of the accounts that you're opening for yourself. In the finance world, there are a lot of things that can get confusing. So make sure you talk to a CPA or one of the people who work at those institutions so that you can get a better understanding of what works best for you. And as promised, I like to keep these videos short. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we have a lot of different things to talk about here on Money News Management. So I'll see you next time when we come back to help you manage your money.